Welcome back to MultiClass Mondays. This is the Stewarding Report for Round 2 at Kyalami. After reviewing qualifying and the formation lap, there are no incidents to report. Great work. The gaps in the GT3 field were quite tight, and the speed changes were much better than last week. On the inside, we'll see Matt Higgs tap the rear bumper of Michael Landry, and we'll be taking a closer look at that at incident number 1. And also Max Simmons will get hit from behind and spin wide, collecting Archie, and that will be incident number 2. And coming up here in turn number 5, we'll see a racing incident as Baker loses the rear end in the tricky wet conditions. Moving on to the GT4 Race Start, you'll notice here that while the GT3 pole sitter is always correctly placed on the inside, because of the quantity of GT3 cars ahead tonight, the GT4 pole sitter Adam Stark has been incorrectly placed on the outside. But as we go to double file, everybody correctly switches to the correct side. And we also can see here that the gap to the GT3 field is sufficient. And overall, the gaps and speed changes look great, considering the difficulty that the final turn at Kyalami does present. And in turn 1, we will see Neil Sutherland get spun around to the inside. That'll be covered in incident number 3. Incident number 1 is a warning for Matt Higgs in the GT3 class. As Higgs approaches turn 1 at the normal speed, Landry ahead is cautious as Baker is passing on the inside. Higgs is on the brakes but still taps the rear bumper of Landry, who continues on with little damage or time lost. Incident number 2 is a Tier 1 penalty to William Murrah. Approaching turn 1, Murrah is about a car length back to the cars ahead. Murrah brakes late and moves to the middle, making it 3 wide in the braking zone, and then runs deep. While getting back on the throttle, Murrah hits the rear bumper of Simons, causing light damage and a spin to the outside. Note that because Simmons, Murrah, and Archie were all very closely nose to tail before the initial contact, it appeared that Archie may have initiated a first contact, causing Murrah to lurch forward into Simmons. However, I did investigate this possibility and found no evidence of contact between Archie and Murrah before the contact between Murrah and Simmons. Subsequent damage occurs between Murrah, Simmons, and Archie, who is just behind. Simmons and Archie both rejoin safely at the back of the GT3 field, each losing 5 positions and 4 to 5 seconds. Incident 3 was reviewed by an alternate steward and is a Tier 1 penalty to Josh McLaughlin. McLaughlin is following Sutherland at a safe distance into turn 1, but misjudges the apex speed. McLaughlin makes contact with their rear bumper, causing light damage and a spin to the inside. Sutherland rejoins safely at the back of the field, losing 6 positions and 6 seconds. Incident 4 is a Tier 1 penalty to William Murrah. Approaching turn 6, or sunset, Murrah is over a car length back entering the braking zone, but is gaining ground. Murrah looks to the inside, but is unable to achieve any overlap at any point throughout the turn. As Yimbo turns in toward the apex, Mura continues to gain ground and makes contact with their rear bumper, causing light damage and a spin. Yimbo rejoins safely amongst the GT4 field, losing 4 positions and 10 seconds.